morning, guys. Good morning. Good morning. It is so freaking cold. Bro, why is it cold in Miami, bro? I don't know, bro. It is like 40 degrees outside, bro. I'm shaking. Okay. Anyways, let's get this started. Let me start the stream here on YouTube. Oh my god. I mean, on this. I can't even get my thoughts, my thought process. Oh my goodness, it is so cold. Okay. And the setup is about to play out. Nice. Okay. Hey, what's good, guys? What is going on? What is going on? I did not. Why are we pumping up 2 minutes before market open? I don't fucking know. Dude, guys, it is so cold outside, bro. Dude, I've been shaking for like the last 30 minutes with like 10 hoodies on. Okay. Anyways, yeah, I started up the stream a little bit early today, guys, because obviously we're pretty close to an entry model here. Before the market opens. Thankfully, we didn't inverse rally gap like to the exact tick. So this will kind of tell us what we want to see coming into market open. I'm sure you guys read what we were watching. But just in case you didn't, obviously I hope you guys have your notifications on. But let me show you guys, right? So pretty much what I'm looking out for right now is coming into market open, looking at NQ. I'm currently sitting with the bullish bias. Well, exactly. Well, the whole trend throughout the overnight session, just like yesterday, was pretty bullish, right? We're creating higher highs, higher lows, and so on. Right now, coming to market open, what I want to see is us to see if we can hold above 25,873 with enough buying pressure to confirm a continuation bullish bias into this 15-minute inverse into the 3 levels of liquidity above that we created yesterday. All right, pretty simple setup. All right, bullish bias. We're waiting for a hold above. We're waiting for an inverse above with enough buying pressure into our levels of liquidity above. Right now, what makes this setup so risky? Well, we're probably going to be taking it coming exactly into open. So you guys have to be paying attention. Now, today I am going to be doing commentary, so please look out for your own entry. All right, guys, I'm going to be guiding you on what to expect with the setup, what to look out for, how we find it, maybe where to enter, obviously, which is going to be off the inverse and all that good stuff. But yeah, other than that, guys, obviously pay attention. I'm sure you guys know what to look out for, and let's see if we can do this. All right, guys, hopefully today is a cleaner market because today is OPEX, so keep that in mind, which is also another reason why I'm not trading. But yeah, let's see what we can get here coming into market open. So what we're looking for, once again, guys, is a very strong buying candle into this inverse at the 15-minute time frame with obviously enough buying pressure and for enough buying pressure for us to be able to hold above 25,873.25. Once we're able to get that, you look for an entry and then you look to trade it into 911, 938, and 952.75. All right, guys. So that's what we're doing. All right, this is what we're looking for. Now, if you guys hear my voice a little bit shaky, it's because I'm freezing. All right, guys. It is so cold. I don't even have the energy to even be tired right now, bro. It is so freaking cold, bro. But yeah. Anyways, let me start my stream over here on YouTube while you guys look at the chart really quick. Once again, we are looking for an inverse above the gap, but not only just an inverse with enough buying pressure to tell us that we're not going to sweep 873, and we're in fact going to pretty much pump above it. All right, guys. But yeah, just pay attention. We're getting some red to green here. So yeah. Anyways, let me start up my YouTube stream here, guys. 1 sec. Oh my goodness, we are pumping. Guys, pay attention, pay attention, pay attention. All right, guys. If you guys want to look for an entry, we are getting somewhat of an impulse here. So obviously, you choose your own entry, but obviously look to see what's happening here. Now, like I said, we need to make sure that we are getting enough buying pressure to be able to hold above 873.25. So if you guys want to wait a little bit longer for a little bit more buying pressure, you could definitely look for that. All right, guys, because mainly right now, the main goal is to see if we can mainly hold above 873 to then hold above the inverse with no sweep and obviously no reversal. All right, guys. So yeah, once we're able to get that, then obviously look for your entry into the drawn liquidity above, which is at 911, which is the main one, right? But yeah, and then 911 would be about a 1-to-1 risk reward price target, actually, not bad. Now, in the meantime, while that does that, I'm gonna go ahead and look at ES to make sure that everything is looking Gucci. Dude, it is so freaking cold, bro. Jeez. Okay, so it has to hold above. Okay, so 878. Okay, blah. Now, if you guys want to be a little bit more careful, because it is market open, like the market just opened, you want to give it a little bit more time. Obviously, you can do so. So you can obviously let the market breathe a little bit. All right, guys. But this is the main setup that we're looking at coming into market open. Obviously, just mainly an inverse into that 15-minute gap above. That is all that we're looking for. All right, guys. But yeah, mainly an impulse first. Mainly an impulse first. All right, don't rush it too much. All right, guys. But yeah, let me just make sure that my ES chart is looking all good and ready, and make sure that there's nothing that's gonna stop this setup out. But yeah, guys. So freaking cold. Now, ES is looking a little bit stronger coming to market open, but there's no really signs of any sweeps, I want to say. So hopefully the setup doesn't, hopefully the setup actually works out coming to market open. But yeah, like I said, the main thing right now is make sure that price is able to hold above 873. If it's not able to hold above 17, don't enter. All right, guys. You need even if you have to get a late entry into the setup, sure, right. But make sure that price is able to hold above 873, above this level of liquidity. Because right now we are holding pretty bearish. So give it a second. All right, guys. Once you get a very strong candle into a break and hold above 873 into the inverse as well, then yes, look to take it. All right. And by the way, guys, we are finding this setup off the 15-minute time frame. All right, guys. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. All right, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I might also take this setup for myself. I might open up trading in Tradeovate and also take the setup only if we get a lot of buying pressure though, because I kind of do like the setup. So I might change my stream overlay very, very soon. But I'll let you guys know. If anything, I'll take it light, like 5 contracts. All right. But yeah, I'll let you guys know. I'll let you guys know. So just in case, if anything, I'll let you guys know if I enter actually. Because like I said, I really do like the setup. As long as the buying pressure looks really, really good, I might even alert it, which I wasn't really planning on doing. But I do want to give you guys one more alert to end the week. But yeah, we're about to get a red to green. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, bro. I really like the setup, bro. I might take it. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I might take the setup. Should I? I want to stay cash, but like I really like it, bro. I might just say fuck it and just take it. But with 5 contracts, you know what I mean? So just so I don't risk anything for the week. Because yeah, look, we're getting a red to green here. Oh, but I can't even type up the alert in time, bro. Let me see. Hold on. Because guys, I'm not gonna lie, I really do like the setup. Let me just type the alert up just in case, and if we do get the pump there, then fuck it. You know what I mean? I'll just take like 3 to 5 contracts. All right, guys. But yeah, once again, this is the setup that we are watching coming into market open. All right, guys. So it'll be 25,911, 25,938, and then 25,5,275. And then the stop loss would be at around 25,843. Not bad. 25,843. Now, do I want to take this setup is the real question. Let me see. I'm gonna put. If I do take, I'm gonna put 5. I'm gonna put 5 contracts. If I can make like an extra $200 for the week, fuck it. You know what I mean? Why not? But if not, then I'll risk like what, like 300, 400, whatever. But yeah, let me see, guys. Let me see. I have my Tradeovate open, so if the setup actually ends up like really like breaking out of this range with a lot of buying pressure, I might just say fucking and just enter as well. All right, guys. So you guys don't feel alone. All right. Today was trying to be more of a commentary day, but I do really like the setup off the 15-minute. The thing that I like about it is if we're able to hold above 873, there's literally nothing stopping us until 911, which is a pretty good price target. I'm not gonna lie. For a nice 1-to-1, we just need obviously a little bit more buying pressure coming to market open. Now, keep in mind, guys, today is OPEX, so there is a slight chance where we can chop. All right, guys. So I don't want to, I don't want you guys to be full porting this type of day. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm gonna see if I can get an entry here. All right, guys. But yeah. I also have to change my stream overlay. I mean, let me try to do that real quick, guys. 1 sec. OBS. It should be this one. Yep. There you go. Okay, sweet. Oh, dude, it is so cold. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna see if we can get a hold above, mainly like around 880. That should confirm everything in terms of the inverse and the level of liquidity sweep, to give us more of a continuation model. Now, I do need an impulse here, though. I don't want to be entering off no impulse. You know what I mean? Because obviously that's gonna lead into a potentially a stop out to this trade. But yeah, like I said, guys, I actually do really like the setup alongside you guys. Well, if you guys are gonna take it, of course. To the point where I'm even willing to take it for myself too. All right, guys, but yeah, let me see if I can catch anything here. We're now holding above the level of liquidity, and we're about inverse fair value gap yet again. So yeah, once again, guys, just pay attention to see if we can get some buying pressure here, and if we do, then fuck it, we just enter. All right. Let's see what we can get here. But we need more buying pressure, bro. Like what is this open, bro? We need to break above this. If not, I'm not gonna take this because this momentum is not, it's not the cleanest. How much volume are we averaging per candle? And this is 9930 candle, 56 points. There's no crazy volume here. So I'm hoping we get at least an impulse into the high of day there, which is what I want to see for the thing. If not, if we end up holding a bearish bias from 873, which is what I was not hoping for, because obviously I just don't have any setups to downside. I mean, look at this, guys. Yesterday, last night, yeah, we pumped up like crazy, like a few hundred points for sure, right? We pumped up about what? We pumped up about 200 points to the upside. And in between these 200 points, we didn't create not even close to a fair value gap anywhere. Just small candles as we went up. I mean, maybe there's one here, but I doubt it. It's probably like a 20-point candle. Yeah, 25 points. Yeah, no, there's really nothing I can take to the downside, even if I wanted to, from the if we get 830 the 873 sweep. So I'm really hoping we can sweep this deal to the upside, not to the downside. Because that's pretty much the only setup that we will have for this morning. And looking at the volume today, we're probably not even gonna create anything else. You know what I mean? It's probably gonna be like yesterday. So I'm hoping for something. I'm hoping for something because I really want to give you guys one last trade to end the week. But if the market doesn't want to follow along, then there's only so much that we can do. But yeah, once again, guys, this is what we're watching. All right, so just keep your eyes peeled. I just need an impulse. That's literally all we're missing. We have the setup, we have the entry model confirmed, we have the bias and everything. We just need an impulse into 880 is what I would say. I would love to get an entry around 880. That'll be beautiful. You know what I mean? But we just need a nice pump there. Now, like I said, guys, if I do take this, I'm personally gonna take this light for myself. 5 contracts, something light, something small, and just take profits a little bit quick, so just so I can make something for the day. You know what I mean? Because I do like to set up a lot. I just need more volume. I need more action in the market, bro. I need more everything, You know what I mean? But hey, guys, just pay attention. We're getting a little bit more buying pressure here. We just need to hold above this inverse. ES is not really following along. Thankfully, though, ES is not doing anything against NQ though. It's kind of just sitting there. You know what I mean? So yeah, hopefully this thing can wake up a little bit and at least pump up a little bit more here. All right. But yeah. Yeah, so far a doji candle, bro. Does OPEX really chop out literally off open? No way, right? No way it starts doing that off open, bro. Because you guys know, not chop. OPEX is really known for chopping, and OPEX is every third Friday of the month, which I mentioned last night. The thing is, sometimes you get a nice buying candle here and there, or a nice candle in general, but today nothing. Nothing yet, at least. I don't know. I'm sure we can get a pump up soon, right? Hopefully. But yeah, once again, guys, I'm looking for a nice hold above 880, mainly for the entry, if the volume looks good. If not, then obviously I'll just avoid and just take my profits for the week and just run off. Now, by the way, while we wait for the setup, I forgot to mention, guys, I said it yesterday, but I did not know at all that this upcoming Monday, the markets are closed. For MLK Day. I never knew that. So that's pretty interesting. All right, guys. So yeah, we're gonna have a long weekend ahead of us, which is beautiful. But yeah, just so maybe you guys didn't know that either, because I didn't know that until last night. I got a notification from Rebo saying that, like, hey, pay attention, like, hey, we're the markets aren't gonna be open for Monday because of MLK Day. I'm like, for real? No way. So yeah, guys. This upcoming Monday, we obviously won't be live streaming because the markets are gonna be closed. All right, guys. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Now, we're still holding below this 873 level. Unfortunately, like I said, we just don't have any setups to the downside. So I'm really hoping here that we don't break past any lows and just flip back up. Plus, we need to flip back up in the next 3 minutes, because if not, then the setup is going to take too long to get the entry, and we're going to have to skip out on it as well. So I'm really hoping we can get a nice pump up here soon. And just not maybe break the low. Because the thing is, if we hold below 873, it's a good thing, right? Because it gives us a bias. At least we're not chopping, right? But if we hold below 873, that means we will have to trade into a downside with a bearish setup. And the problem is we are missing a bearish setup. We don't have anything here, unless we create one on the 5-minute time frame, which is our best bet. But the thing is looking at today's price action, it's not the smoothest. I mean, unless in the next 3 minutes we sell off an extra 10 points, then sure, I'll be open to taking downside. But another problem is that if we take downside, our price targets are right around the corner. So how much lower can we really expect, or how much of a setup can we really make at this exact area? I mean, because if we create a setup down here, then we're gonna have a 10-point price target. You know what I mean? I'm not really trying to do that. So we're kind of on a race against time here because we also need to kind of somehow find a way to flip this candle, or not we, the market. It needs to find a way to flip this candle from red to green in the next 2 minutes so we can get an inverse off this 15-minute gap that I really want to enter from. But it's not doing much. And yes, it's just sitting there looking pretty. So hopefully we see something soon. Right now, NQ is trying to break past lows. So we'll see. We'll see. Because I really want to take the setup, bro. I just don't want it to go away. And I don't want to trade downside. That's the last thing I want to do here. Or, I mean, maybe if a better setup comes around, then yeah, sure. But either way, our prices are right there. So we would have to create a setup right here, you know? And it would have to be a retracement setup as well. Let me see what else we got here. Yeah, no, there's literally nothing here that we can take. And this open doesn't even look all that good either. So, I mean, are we really surprised? You know what I mean? It's OPEX. You know what I mean? So. If anything, I might have to wait for the next 15-minute candle. If the buying pressure looks really good, then sure, maybe off the inverse. But if it's going to be like a slow grind up into the inverse, I'm for sure going to avoid. If it even holds, you know what I mean? Because everything's trying to break past lows right now. Let me see if we create a fair value gap here on the 5-minute. Because if anything, we can also look to inverse this 5-minute gap as well. 36 points and 40 seconds left. Can we... Wait, I'm going to delete this for a second, guys. 1 sec. Just so I can kind of focus on this setup here. Oh, wait, 43 points in the 5-minute. That's not bad because, guys, what can happen here is if we can hold down this candle, we can look for something like this into the... I'm assuming this is London, right? London or Asia. One of these, right? We can dump down into the London or Asia, take these out, reverse back up with a lot of buying pressure, inverse a 5-minute fair value gap. And since we already filled this 5 and 15-minute above, we don't have to worry about it anymore. And since we don't have to worry about it anymore, we could just look for an earlier entry off this 5-minute inverse into high of day, and then our main price target, which is at 911, 938, and 952. But that's only if the price doesn't chop and fill this gap randomly. That'll be pretty much our best bet. Because if we want to sell off into the liquidity below, sure, you know what I mean? That's totally fine. It's just as long as we don't, you know what I mean? Since we already messed up this entry, since, you know, obviously we kind of broke above it and didn't really hold, there's not much to really take there anymore because the imbalance doesn't really exist. So if we want to hold down the D-wall sweep from 873, which would be off this right here, and we shoot down into 802 or maybe 895. I mean, they're pretty much right next to each other. If we take out these two lows, which I'm assuming one of these should be the London. Yeah, bro. Definitely the London here. If we want to take that out and then sweep it to get this type of reaction back to the upside, then we could probably look for another entry. But if that's not going to be the case, bro, then we're probably going to chop all day, in my opinion. But we'll see. We'll see. I kind of just want to see what type of reaction we get here. I would love to enter off of the 15-minute inverse, and I'm still kind of a little bit open to it, depending on the buying pressure. But we will need a lot of buying pressure, you know. And since we're not really going to hold up this 5-minute gap anymore, at least it doesn't really seem like it, then we might have to resort back to the 15-minute if that's going to be the best case. I just need either a break and hold above 795 or just a regular hold above 873 so we can gain back that bullish bias. Because right now, as much as I would love to trade to the upside, just because everything is lining up for it, or at least as time goes on in the markets, what's it called? We really can't because obviously price is currently trying to hold below 873. Now, obviously, it's probably not going to be a permanent thing, but I mean for the entire day, but we'll see. You know what I mean, either maybe we want to sweep this high and then go back down to these lows and maybe go back up. Who knows? Now, for the people probably wondering, David, why are you so bullish? Like, right now we're bearish. Like, you know, why are you looking for bearish setups? That's the problem. We don't have any bearish setups. So if you joined right now and you're seeing all of this, it's because as much as I would love to trade to the downside with this deal super, which looks super clean, we really can't. We just can't. You know what I mean? There's nothing here that we can really want to trade, even if we wanted to. All right, even if we want to force out a setup, there's nothing here. Right? Yeah, throughout the overnight session we pumped up, but it's just very small candles as a pump up. You know, so I'm not really too open to it. Or even if I was, I can't really take anything here. There's nothing. you know. So unless you create something to a downside, shorts is kind of out of the picture. All right, so today's gonna be kind of a day where we just wait it out and just kind of wait for something to happen for longs, you know, and then we just take it if it looks good enough, of course, you know. But yeah. But yeah, let's see. So far, I mean, somehow, some way, somehow, we held this small 5 minute gap here, which we can still use. Obviously not yet. I'm actually kind of hoping for a little bit more selling here, to at least take out 802. I would be happy with 802, right? If we can take out 795, then that's even better. But if we can work with the sweep off any of these two lows back into the upside as time goes on, we can for sure look for an inverse off this gap and target high of day, as long as the buying pressure looks really, really good. But we'll see. We'll see. Because right now it's kind of a little bit of a mix, kind of a little choppy. You know what I mean? At least the momentum doesn't know where it wants to go. We're getting a little bit of buying, a little bit of selling, a little bit of this, and a little bit of that. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be a little bit tricky to kind of get a good read, like a consistent read here. But we'll see. Obviously, we'll give the market its own time. It's already been about 20 minutes to market open. So, you know, however much time the market needs. You know what I mean? Doesn't look like the gap hold on MNQ. I don't chart MNQ. All of my setups, all of my gaps, all of my levels, they're all found on NQ. If it's on NQ, then I chart it. Stop drinking, bro. Yo. I've been talking a lot this morning, bro. I get thirsty, bro. Bro, there's no way we miss this level of liquidity by 5 points, bro. Imagine we just full on reverse. Let me not jinx it, because it's probably gonna happen now, bro. Knowing my luck, bro, it's probably gonna happen now. Please don't actually happen, bro. And he's trying to pump up a little bit here. Do we have anything on the 1 minute? What the fuck? Okay, yeah, no, let's not look at the 1 minute. I mean, yeah, I can't. There's not much. I've said the setup like 20 times. I'm not gonna keep repeating it for you guys. I know you guys are probably exhausted from it as well. But yeah, I guess it's just wait. Keep waiting until we take out this low, and then we go from there. Whether we want to dump down lower or I don't know. It's really what the market wants to do here. Like I said, at least 802, at least. And then once again, ES is just looking overall extremely choppy here. So hopefully that doesn't lead to anything. Because like I said, if the price doesn't look too good today, remember guys, today is OPEX. Right, so obviously it's a day to be a little bit more cautious. But if price doesn't look too good, then I'll avoid as well. But I really do want to get at least one last trade for the week with you guys. As much as I would love to do commentary, it's really just a mess most of the times. Like it's easy to understand, but when it comes to entries, everyone feels lost all the time. So yeah, I mean. But yeah, once again, we're right next to this 802 level, so hopefully we can take it out in the next few seconds, or at least the next few minutes, and then go from there. Either way though, I don't think we're really averaging too much volume per candle. We're averaging 37 points per candle in the first 15 minutes of market open. So I don't even know if that's too good, but hopefully something can pick up as we get more of a setup here. Maybe the market is chopping because it doesn't know where it wants to go, but not much I can really say here. Yeah, let's see if we can take out this low here. All right, we broke past low of day. Can we break past 802? Bro, it's right there, bro. Come on now. Just take it out, bro. let's see, it's 5 points away. So once we take that out, we can get more of a cleaner read in terms of whether we might want to go lower with all the selling pressure we have right now, or maybe we might want to reverse into the 5-minute inverse. Okay, there we go. So we took it out. Finally, we took out 802. Now, the reaction based off these two levels of liquidity, whether it's based off 802 or 790.95, this will tell us literally everything for today. Because if you zoom out on my chart, you guys might notice that I don't have many levels of liquidity to the downside because there really isn't any levels of liquidity to the downside. So it's either we break and hold below these levels with enough selling pressure to be extremely bearish for the whole day, or we full on reverse from 802 and 795 into the 5-minute inverse above here, and then just look to take an entry into high of day, 911, and so on. All right, guys. So these two levels is pretty much going to tell us everything for the next few hours. All right, guys. In terms of how price is going to be moving. All right, guys. So yeah. But now that we got the hard part out of the way, now it's really just trying to get a reaction. Not only that, but if we're going to be expecting more downside, let's say, for example, we hold below 795 and just keep dumping down, I would hope for at least another gap to be formed around this area so we can at least retrace into it and reject from so we can then trade shorts. But because right now, obviously, the good thing is we took out the level of liquidity here, right? The two levels here. But the problem is we're now a lot further away from the setup above. And obviously, you guys know, the further away we get from the setup with today's type of volume, it's going to be quite a bit of a mission to what's it called? To go back into it is what I'm trying to say. All right. So yeah, hopefully we don't dumb down too much if we're going to end up reversing soon, Let me see. The indicator showing a 5-minute setup not far off longs. No way. I mean, I'm sure I would have seen something as well, right? There's really nothing here but this one. And then obviously now this one. Oh my goodness, holy dump. Okay, well now we're actually gonna start flipping more bearish now. Now that we're holding below 795, this impulse here just kind of showed us everything. Oh yeah, no. Ignore this for now. Ignore this. Obviously the setup is not formed yet. But okay, let me see something. So now that we're holding below 795, okay, why are we picking up so much volume out of nowhere? Okay, I mean I'm not complaining about it. So now the best thing to do here is wait the 5 minutes out for this candle to close because obviously we can't really take much here unless we have something on the 1 minute. No, we don't have anything on the 1 minute. Yeah, we're gonna have to wait for this 5-minute candle to kind of close here. Depending on how we close and depending on the reaction based off this candle, we can either take an inverse off of. Okay, wait. Things just got so much better here actually. Okay. So guys, one of two things can happen here. All right. We can either get a bunch of selling pressure into, once again, a sweep above 795 for a bullish bias into the inverse here instead of up here, which is beautiful. Or if the market wants to continue selling off into lower, into the 5-minute, I guess, weaker levels of liquidity, we can look for a simple retracement plus a rejection into a 35-point rejection for an entry into, I would say, these lows here on the 5-minute. There's not much. I mean, I'm not going to target 673. I mean, that's really far off, especially with today's market. It's probably not too realistic. So maybe we could target like these lows here, these 5-minute lows. I guess that'll make a little bit more sense. I mean, although they're not all that strong, I guess we could just target them. Right, these lows here, that'll be pretty ideal. But I mean, dude, why are we selling off so much? There's no. Let me just double check that there's no setup here that we're gonna miss out on. No, literally nothing. And then this is like a 24-point gap here. By the way, guys, does anyone know why we're selling off so hard? Iran's airspace was just clear and all citizens were told to leave. Could it be because of that? But why would the market sell off because of that? Yeah, dude, we are literally dying down like crazy. I just hope that we don't sell off before the setup. Because I really want to take some. I'm sure there's something on the 1 minute, though. There has to be. Right? No way that there isn't. No, literally nothing. No way. And then we took out 748. I mean, we could still look to take shorts because this level isn't even all that strong, but at least let's get a setup here. You know what I mean? I just hope it's not gonna be like what when was it? I think it was on Tuesday or Wednesday, where we sold off literally all morning and we had to wait the whole morning out to then get longs, which played out. But I don't have to do that. I really want to trade this momentum here, but there's nothing. Wait, is there something on the 5 minute here? No, 23 points. Nothing. Wow, bro. Maybe something on ES. Nope. Yeah, but at least today got a little bit more interesting. You know what I mean? With the volume, at least it got a little bit more interesting. So we don't have to worry about a boring open. $90 from a short setup. Yeah, I had the same setup. It's all the way down here. But the thing is, dude, we're gonna take out like a trillion levels of liquidity before we take out this fair value gap, dude. I don't think the sellers can really hold us all the way down into like 650, bro. Like, bro, we're literally gonna take out the whole world of liquidity before we see this entry. So I don't really think that entry is super realistic. You know what I mean? But yeah, I would hope for a setup here so we can trade into it, but not from it. It's super far away. Bro, look at the 3 minute. I don't like the 3 minute, bro. I'm good off the 3 minute. I don't like how it trades. I feel like it's very. I've tried trading the 3 minute before. I've been very inconsistent with it. But dude, like, oh my goodness, like we just keep selling off, bro. I'm just hoping for like any setup to form on the 1 minute at least, right? We're selling off 20 points per minute. It seems like so. We're not gonna get any from what it seems like. We're not gonna get any 1 minute setup. We're gonna have to wait for the 5 minute. But the problem is, the further away we get from these, the more we keep selling off, the further away we're gonna get from these retracement points. And we can't really look for longs at all because, bro, we're gonna have to inverse two fair value gaps. So we're looking for a 100-point push up just for an entry. So we're gonna have to do shorts. But eventually, right? I mean, these freaking gaps, bro. Dude, a part of me just wants to say fucking just enter shorts, bro. There goes the Asia low. Yeah, dude, we're taking out everything, bro. Everything. Before an entry, of course. 9-hour luck. Yep, there goes another low. Yet again, no entry. Bro, I'm literally telling you guys, a part of me wants to just wants to just randomly take shorts and just ride the trend down, bro. Obviously, I'm not gonna do that, but I mean that's literally the best thing we could do here. Like there's no retracement. Like we just keep selling off, and randomly too. In fact, let me check the news out. Let me see what's going on here. Let me see. Walter Bloomberg. All right, let's see what we got here. U.S. January home builder. No, that's nothing. China's Commerce Ministry official. Nothing. There's literally why is the market selling off so hard? I'm not seeing any news that came out other than China Commerce Ministry official on Canada slashing EV tariffs, a positive step towards the right direction. That's not bearish, especially not bearish enough for us to sell off like the whole market. You know what I mean? So why are we selling off so hard? I mean, the best thing we could do here is hope that we hold around this area for the next 3 minutes, get a retracement, then back down into 722, and then we just trade into all the lower liquidity below. Because yeah, longs is officially out of the picture. I mean, even if we want to take longs, we will have to inverse not one huge fair value gap, but two huge fair value gaps. So yeah, it's a little bit, a little bit out of the picture there. So I'm just kind of hoping for more of a retracement here before we see lower. We can only hope, right? In the next 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Why didn't we consider the retracement into the 15-minute fair value gap to target downside? Because it never even held. The 15-minute got inversed, which is what we were looking for at first. Because you're copy trading, Chris. Dude, TJR caught that whole move down. This dude, bro. I hope you made all his profits back. Because dude, yesterday he took two nasty L's. I think he was trying to long when the market was dumping. Or 2 days ago. He lost $161,000, bro. But yeah, if he got that whole move down, bro, he for sure made something. You know what I mean? It's probably like 100K. Nah, most likely more, bro. You know how he sizes, and he holds his trades all the way. The problem with the commentary are the entries. Yeah, bro. I mean, dude, okay. I'm gonna have you guys vote. Okay, so guys, on the days where I do commentary, the whole reason why I get on is because I don't want to leave you guys off with no content. But obviously, it turns into more of a mess than anything because a lot of people don't know where to enter. A lot of people are lost and all that stuff. So, bro, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, bro. Apparently, I kind of want to change my schedule a little bit. When it comes to trading, you guys know I don't like trading Fridays all that often. So maybe I just stop just overall trading Fridays, bro. And then when I do these commentary days, which I'm sure you guys have noticed, I only do commentaries mainly on Fridays. So, bro, I might just stop trading Fridays in general, just not get on, bro. Because you guys know, I personally don't trade it. Whether I get it or not, I'm not gonna trade it. You know what I mean? Most of the times, unless the market looks really good. But yeah, I mean, dude, I'm sure you guys get what I'm trying to say, bro. Like anytime that I do commentary, although the setup might be perfect and looks super good and everything, it just turns into a whole shit show. You know what I mean? Some people are like, but dude, I didn't know where to answer. Like, can you be more specific? Like, it just turns into, it does more harm than good. Is what I'm trying to say. So I don't know. Maybe I might switch my schedule starting next week and just overall just stop trading Fridays. It's the same way how a lot of you guys in here know Karabi. You guys know Karabi doesn't like trading Mondays because he uses Mondays to get more of a bias for the week. For me, I don't like trading Fridays because if I had a good week, I'm just not trying to give it back on the last day of the week and then just what I mean. So yeah. Anyways, okay, so the 5-minute candle finally closed, right? We're getting a little bit more buying pressure off of 722. So yeah, let's see if we can afford more of a retracement into this gap into lower, or maybe even get a full-on reversal. That too, you know what I mean? It all depends on where the momentum is leading. Whether we want to inverse, whether we want to retrace into lower, who knows? You know what I mean? Fridays are so good. Well, yeah, some Fridays may be good and all that good stuff. I mean, look at today for example, right? Today is moving like crazy. It's not that the Fridays are good or bad. It's just that it's more of a mental thing. I don't like trading Fridays because let's say for example, right, I had an amazing week, right? I'm talking 100 points, 30 points, price targets left and right. Monday through Wednesday or Monday through Thursday. I'm not trying to risk giving back some profits or maybe all profits. Obviously I'm human. I will get tilted sometimes on a Friday and then go into the weekend thinking about that one loss and it ruins my whole weekend, which is my time off. You know what I mean? Nah. You know what I mean? If I had a good Monday to Wednesday or Monday to Thursday, then I'll just take it easy on Friday. You know what I mean? That's what I would do at least. But yeah. Anyways, all right, let's focus more on the charts here. Okay, so ES is showing a little bit more buying pressure here, which is weird because ES didn't sweep, although NQ did. But we are inside of this 5-minute bearish rally gap. Now, two things can happen, obviously. Retracement or inverse. Right now, obviously, we're leaning more towards an inverse, although I would love to take a retracement and continue with the shorts. Obviously, it's not the case right now, and we're also working with the DOL sweep of 722. So what we could do here is one of two things. Again, right? You can either take a very risky entry into your first price target being about 10, 11 points, which is not very smart, right? From this inverse here, or if you want to wait for the extra long entry, you can also wait for the inverse up here. All right, guys, it's really up to you. It's really up to you. But you can look for something like this. Obviously, we're getting a shit ton of buying pressure right now. So who knows, right? Maybe we end up holding the inverse. Maybe we don't end up holding the inverse and retrace back down. A million things can happen. So right now, obviously, the whole case is just pay attention and react to whatever the market does, because there's a lot going on. All right, guys. But for me, I'm gonna be watching. I'm gonna see what we can do here. And if we end up getting a very strong green to red candle flip, I might look to take shorts as well. If we end up holding down, because once again, ES on the other hand, although it did inverse this fair value gap here, which is weird. I'm not really understanding why. We never took out the liquidity down here at 974. So yeah, I'll see. Now, in the meantime, let me kind of get this ready. Give me 1 second, guys. Give me 1 second. Because if we can get a green to red off a 5-minute bearish value gap into now holding below 722, we can look to target all the remaining liquidity and the most important liquidity at 673.75. But that's only if we end up holding a rejection. Now, if we just pump up through this 5-minute, I might even consider taking longs as well. So literally, either direction can happen. This is whichever one gets a reaction first with enough buying pressure, or with enough of an impulse. Yes, because yeah, ES actually really wants higher here. Which gives us more of a hint as to what to expect. You know what I mean? I was kind of expecting more of a rejection from this gap, which can still happen, of course. We're still in the gap. But with ES kind of interesting here, like butter, you know what I mean? Like nothing happened here. It kind of gives us more of an idea of what to expect in the markets soon, right? Yeah, right now I'm just trying to get my thoughts together. But it's really hard when the market has a lot more volume than what we expected. I mean, it looks like we have a lot more volume. I mean, how many points are we averaging per candle? Yeah, 60 points. Yeah, 30 to 60 points. Yeah, look, ES just keeps pumping up while NQ's just sitting there. So we obviously know which one wants low and which one wants higher. The question is which one has more control over the markets? What the hell? Yo, did you guys see it on TradeAvate? Yo, dude, I looked over to the side of the screen because I saw something like flicker, and it's just a huge impulse there to the downside. TradingView didn't like really like read it or like display it, but on TradeAvate it did. 8 points. If I look for shorts, I would probably take it off this here. Yeah, so far, guys, once again, I as much as I want to tell you guys where I believe the market wants to go, it's a little bit hard to get a reading today. Because like I said, one thing wants higher when one thing wants lower. If you look at NQ right now and you compare it to ES, you can see which one wants higher, right? ES is already inversing the 5-minute gap that we're in NQ. But NQ obviously ES is not pumping up because NQ is holding it down from this 5-minute fair value gap projection, right? So yeah, right now it's really just be ready to react. Is all I'm trying to say. You know what I mean? Whatever happens first with the most aggression, we could just take into a quick scalp, I would say. Yeah, we're getting more of an impulse here on NQ towards the downside. So yeah, see if we can hold this down into maybe low of day, if anything. Right now, what I'm trying, maybe I might look for an entry into shorts. I want to place my stop loss at. I would place it at around 765. So if we do end up getting more of a selling pressure into shorts from a 35-point rejection mark, I would look for something more like this into this. The thing is, it's a little sketchy. I'm just a little bit worried with the ES because ES does want a little bit higher. Although it is holding bearish still, maybe into a 974. I do really like this rejection point that we are getting. So I'm definitely going to keep an eye out for shorts very, very soon, if anything. But yeah, just keep this in mind, guys. Just keep this in mind. Because we are getting a lot of selling here exactly from the midpoint of the rejection. I'm just worried with the ES, bro, because if ES gains control, it could really stop us out very, very quick here. So if we're gonna take shorts, I would hope that everything is holding bearish. You know what I mean? Because just like how ES is wicking out right now, NQ could do the same and just stop us out at 765. So I'm just a little bit worried of that. You know what I mean? So I would just hope for a little bit more selling pressure to pick up here on ES before I take the shorts. So it's just super confirmed, you know. And then I'll just delete this level. Or actually, I'll place it back. I'll just like kind of like redraw it. There we go. Just so I have a reference on where the liquidity is. I'm just worried with this wick here. At least the aggression looks good. It's just I want to make sure that I catch the right move. And I also don't want to get too late of an entry because right now we are breaking past the lows. But we'll see. All right, guys. I'm gonna try shorts here. We are getting a little bit more selling pressure here. So yeah, I'm gonna try it out, guys. I'm gonna try it out. I got filled at 719. A little bit of a later fill. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. But yeah, 719 is my my fill. All right, guys. 719. Like, by the way, I'm gonna size very light on this trade. Just for myself. You know what I mean? 719 is my fill. My impulse kind of happened a little bit sooner than I thought. You know what I mean? So I did get a little bit of a later entry there, but yeah, I want to at least try to trade into 704 and maybe lower into 763 or 673 is what I meant. But yeah, I'm just gonna keep a big eye here on ES because I'm a little bit worried with it because it did seem like ES wanted higher for a little bit of a second. Now, if NQ was able to gain the selling momentum a lot more, this can for sure mean that ES can also follow back down with it. But yeah, we'll see. Now, once again, my stop loss will be placed at 765. So buy 5 stop there. Now, by the way, guys, I did size loud on this trade, by the way, guys. I forgot to mention. Well, I did mention it earlier. But yeah. I'm gonna keep a big eye on ES here. As long as they're able to hold below 987, then everything will line up bearish into 974. I just need obviously the selling pressure to really hold down here. Because yeah, you guys see what I mean though, right? ES keeps trying to pump up here a little bit, but NQ's trying to hold it down. So it's like they're both fighting for each other or for the direction. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. We'll see how this goes. But I did like that impulse to the downside. I did really like that rejection off the fair value gap. So yeah. See if we can flip this candle from green to red again, which will just confirm that sellers are once again stepping in. Or not stepping in, but gaining control. You know what I mean? And then we can just trade into 704. In the meantime, let me kind of just put this here. right, let's see. We're dumping now. We're about to see PT1 here, guys, which is, I know it's not going to be anything crazy. But it is a reference point to kind of, either micromanage your position, move yourself just a little bit lower, maybe scale something out, maybe something light, and so on. All right, guys. Let's see if we can actually take it out here. We kind of edged it a little bit. We never took it out, but yeah, you guys see what I mean, though, right? NQ is trying to hold into for lower, while ES is kind of just still holding green. So that's one thing I'm worried about a little bit here. I just want to make sure that ES is able to hold red with NQ, so we can take out all the lows down here. Because I just don't want and I know NQ wants lower. Obviously, I'm sure we can all see it, right? The only thing I'm worried about is what if just randomly ES just gains control and just pumps us up? You know what I mean? That's the one thing I'm a little worried about there. I don't want to see that happening. But yeah, guys, once again, we're about to hit 704. I mean, we hit 704 actually. We just hit 704. If you guys want to look to take some light scales here, you definitely can, right? It's a point of reference. All right, guys, it's definitely a point of reference. You know, there's a chance where we can reverse here, if anything, because it is a level of liquidity. So if you guys do want to take some scales here, I know it's not anything crazy. I know, but that's just where our price target is. That's where the market is telling us to most likely scale. All right, guys. So if you guys want to do that, then by all means, go ahead. If you guys want to hold for a little bit longer and risk a little bit more, by all means, you could also do that. All right, guys. But yeah, let me go and put this out real quick, guys. One second. I mistyped the alert. One sec, guys. Ugh. Let's see. Hold on. I'm personally going to hold for a little bit lower. Actually, right there is pretty good, honestly. I'm going to take my profits here. That's pretty good for me. But yeah, guys, start looking to scale runs here. Like I said, I know it's not a lot, but just take something. All right, guys, trust me. I'm telling you guys this for a reason, obviously. You know what I mean? But yeah, there's the dump. There's the sound. Okay. Beautiful. Not bad. Okay, now, oh my goodness. Okay, now we're getting more of a sell-off here. Not too bad, guys. Not too bad. Oh my God, I deleted the alert, bro. One sec. And kind of just retype this. Let me see. PT1. Okay, so yeah. Okay, guys. PT2 hit, guys. Here, take profits. Seriously, guys. Take profits here. Take profits here. 55 points, guys. Or about 55 points. 50 to 55 points. Guys, no, seriously, take profits here. PT1 and 2 hit on NQ. Hold on, guys. I'm typing up the alert. Give me 1 second. I'm locked in. All right, there we go. 1 second, guys. 1 second. Yeah, guys, let me know how you guys doing. Everyone in here should be green. No one should be red here. No one should be red. All right, guys, how you guys doing on the day? How you guys, bro? Thank God I chose the trade today. Green, beautiful. Guys, if you guys are green on the day or on the trade, guys, feel free to post your profits over here in the prop channel. Like I said, there's over 500. I thought there was like 600 of you guys in here. What? Anyways, guys, if you guys are green on the trade, guys, go ahead and post your profits over in the prop channel. Everyone in here should be green. No excuse, guys. No excuse. All right, so guys, quickly get a screenshot of your trade and post it in the channel. All right, guys. If not, I'm gonna ban you. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah. At least I took something to end the week. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, okay, back to what I was saying. All right, guys. And by the way, once again, if you guys are green, guys, in this channel, go ahead and spam your profits. All right, guys. Like I said, everyone in here should be green. There's over 500 of you guys in here. All right, guys. But yeah, anyways. So what I was gonna say is, okay, so guys, I'm not gonna lie, I might change my schedule a little bit. I don't normally trade Fridays all that often, and I get it. Today we traded, blah, blah, I get it, right? But 80% of the times I don't trade Fridays. So instead of me having to get on and do commentary, which just turns into an overall mess, most of the times, I think I'm just not gonna trade Fridays. I mean, like I said, the point that I was trying to make before what's it called? Before we got into the trade was, a lot of you guys know Karabi. And a lot of you guys know his schedule. He doesn't trade Mondays because he doesn't like trading Mondays. He feels like it's too slow. For me, I don't like trading Fridays. So I might just do that. You know what I mean? Maybe. I'll think about it. I'll think about it over the weekend, honestly. But yeah, it's because like if we have a good week, through Monday to Wednesday or Monday through Thursday, and we're super green, why risk giving everything back on one day on a Friday? You know what I mean? Let's just end the weekend and just enjoy an extra long weekend and be refreshed for Monday. That's how I like to think about it. It doesn't make sense, Blast. Just keep doing it normal. No, it's not that it doesn't make sense with the strategy. It's just how I work around it. You know what I mean? Hey, Ali, bro, take it easy, bro. Have a blessed weekend, my man. It's not that it doesn't make sense. It's just I don't like trading Fridays. I don't feel comfortable trading Fridays because okay, look, I'm that type of person that if I get one L, sure, I will live with it. Life goes on, whatever. But it will definitely bother me. Taking L's, you guys know me. I like to make money with you guys and have you guys making money with me. All right, guys. So when we get an L, I always want to try to gain it back as soon as, obviously, as safe, but as soon as possible as well. So if I take an L on Friday, I have to wait not only the whole Friday with that loss in my mind, but I have to wait throughout the entire weekend and go into a Monday hoping for a good trade. I mean, I don't like that. I don't like that. You know what I mean? So it's just more on me. But I'll think about it. Maybe some days if I'm feeling a Friday, I'll get on. If I'm not, I'll just won't get on. Simple as that. I don't know. And look, I know a lot of you guys in here are probably saying that doesn't make sense, but you have to understand from my point of my point of view. I have to alert for over 600 people, so every day is a mission. You know what I mean? Every single day in the market is a whole mission for me. A lot of pressure and a lot of everything. So taking one day off just saves so much pressure and so much stress as well. But yeah. Anyways, guys, enough of that. We're pretty much done for the day, honestly. The trade got stopped at a break even if you're still in runners. It hit all of the price targets, which is even better. And yeah, that's pretty much it, honestly. But RP, the people that held, well, to be fair, we not only took out one price target, but we took out two price targets for about 55 to 60 points. If you held through all that with all contracts, I don't know what to tell you, bro. But yeah, other than that, guys, I'm pretty much done for the day. I mean, I made my money, you made your money, we all made our money. Real quick, let me see if you guys posting in the profit channel real quick. So I at least have something to promote. All right, guys, but only 11 messages, bro. There was over like 600 of you guys in here. There's no way. And one of them is freaking Patrick doing the tongue thing, bro. There's no way, man. But yeah, I don't really mind that much. But yeah, guys, other than that, man, I'm going to go ahead and get off. I have a very long weekend to go ahead and enjoy, and you guys do too. Obviously, once again, we're done for the day. It's only barely even 10:30, and we're already done for the day. Now we have today to enjoy, we have tomorrow to enjoy, we have Sunday to enjoy, and we have Monday to enjoy. For those that don't know, markets are closed on Monday. It is MLK Day. All right, I didn't know that the markets closed for that day. I honestly don't remember it closing. I don't know, maybe something changed, or maybe I just don't remember. But yeah, enjoy your long weekends, guys. Obviously, stay safe. Don't drink too much. You know what I mean? I know you guys are gonna get lit over the weekend, but yeah, don't get too lit. You know what I mean? But yeah. Other than that, guys, obviously enjoy your long weekend. We have about 4 days ahead of us to enjoy. Obviously, today we made the most of what we could with profits. But yeah, I mean, we have the whole day now to enjoy. All right, guys. But yeah, if you guys are done for the day, go ahead and get off. I'm gonna get off. I'm not gonna stay on. I'm already made my money. I have to do some promoting. So yeah, if you guys are green on the day, please post your profits over in the profit channel so I can show it out to everyone else. On what we caught, what we did, and all that good stuff. All right. But yeah, other than that, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and get off, and I'll see you guys on Monday then, or Tuesday. All right, guys, take it easy, guys. I'll see you guys then. All right, guys, peace out, guys. Peace. And YouTube, guys, hopefully you guys were able to enjoy the stream. Hopefully you guys were able to make some money with us with the shorts that we ended up catching for about 55, 60 points around there. Yeah, 55 points. So PT1 and 2 hit on in Q for about 55 points. You guys saw when we entered. You guys saw how we entered, how we found the setup, and all that good stuff. And we took the shorts into our price target below for about 55 points. All right, guys, beautiful trade all in all. So yeah, if you guys want to join the premium, guys, click the second link in the description to get access to the premium, to get access to live trading, real-time alerts, real-time classes, the whole community, help if you need help, and all that good stuff. All right, guys. But yeah, other than that, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get off. Oh, and by the way, if you guys do want to get access to the indicator, it is the first link in the description. All right, guys. But yeah, other than that, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get off the stream. I'm going to enjoy this very long weekend. Once again, the markets are closed on Monday. And yeah, I'll see you guys on Tuesday then. All right, guys. Peace out. Take it easy and stay safe.